Howdy, anybody in there this morning? This is B Junior coming at you from the Endurance Productions YouTube channel. Got a nice hot cup of coffee and I'm ready to go at it this morning. It's mighty good. It's mighty good. Hey dudes, what I'm going to do today is a little movie reviewage for you. I got a Blu-ray today, guys. I'm going to talk about. Not only going to do a full-fledged movie review for you, but I'm also going to do it in Blu-ray vlog style where I go over the ins and outs of the Blu-ray presentation and tell you how it differs from any other release of this particular film and what it has to offer basically over the other releases. I am of course talking about a Blu-ray that was given to me recently by an awesome YouTuber by the name of Jay the Stingray. I felt it only right in that respect to go and do a full-fledged review on it and tell you what I thought about it. I've taken some time out last night and watched every bit of information on it, sans the commentaries. I did listen to a few minutes of each commentary so I could give you a basic rundown on those. The movie is, of course, David Cronenberg's classic Videodrome on Blu-ray. Guys, this right here is probably the best presentation of this classic movie that I've ever seen in my life. I've watched Videodrome countless times over the years around Halloween time, and let me just go ahead and say on that note, it's hard to classify a Cronenberg movie. You can't, for the most part, in his catalog, you can't just say, well, it's just horror, it's just science fiction, or drama, because his movies, seriously, they stand on their own in their own right. I mean, you can't just put them in a box. So don't try to put them in a box. Me, myself, I've always considered Videodrome to be a mashup between horror and science fiction. A lot of people say, no, it's all horror. A lot of people say it's all science fiction. I think it's a little bit of both. But it's definitely a Cronenberg fare, and I've always enjoyed Videodrome. It's one of those Cronenberg movies that just got better with each viewing. I'm going to say I liked it in the beginning, but I've just grown to love it over the years with subsequent viewings. I did own it on VHS a while back, and I ended up selling that version, and I got a DVD of the old, I think it's an MCA Universal release. It's a bare bone release. Had this one for a long time, and I got to say it's a non-anamorphic transfer. It is in widescreen, but I always yearned to have the goods. I wanted to see a really great presentation. Criterion Studio has done that, guys. This edition right here, if you are a fan of Cronenberg's classic Videodrome, or his films in general, you gotta go with this presentation, guys, over any of the DVDs that have come before. I believe Criterion did release this particular version, or this kind of the cover art and everything in the same setup of this optical format. I believe they released this particular special edition on DVD some years ago, back around '04 I think it was. But hands down, Blu-ray is the way to go for this presentation. So we'll dive right in and I'll tell you a little bit more about it. First, before we get into the actual Blu-ray presentation and what it has to offer over other formats, let's take a little time, do a story rundown. I know you're sitting there going, this guy's just going to get on here and he's going to say the same old stuff that people say about Videodrome. Well, that's true in some respects, but I'm going to do a basic story synopsis for you, and then we'll get more into the details at hand. I got to slow down and get a little bit of coffee here, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, Videodrome. It's a classic from back in the day. I believe it came out around 1983. It's 89 minutes long, color, 1:85:1 aspect ratio widescreen, anamorphic transfer widescreen. It's basically about a character by the name of Max Wren, played by James Woods, who runs a pirate, or not, I wouldn't say a pirate, but it's a underground local TV station that plays a lot of on-the-edge material, ranging anywhere from softcore pornography, I believe it is, and just anything he can find on the cutting edge of subterranean, I believe it's called, TV signal. So he's kind of like the programming director or the main owner of the station, and he's always on the lookout for hardcore or just stuff that will shake up complacency as far as the viewing experience is concerned. His tech guy happens upon a scrambled signal from a TV show entitled Videodrome. Unbeknownst to him at the time, that Videodrome is actually a pirate signal set out by some seedy background. It's not just what he thinks it is. He thinks it's just maybe like a snuff TV signal that's been being sent out by its own pirate signal. Basically what it turns out to be is something very, very much more. Videodrome's story really seems to take off, guys, when his love interest in the movie, she's basically a radio show host played by Deborah Harry of Blondie fame, Blondie being the rock pop group from the late 70s, early 80s. She goes to audition for the Videodrome signal that seems to be coming from the Pittsburgh, North American area, or Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area. She goes missing. She's not seen or heard from until later. James Wood begins to have hallucinations, which are brought on by the Videodrome signal. She starts showing up in these hallucinations, and kind of a lot of I don't know really how to put it in words. A lot of kind of pseudo-sexual visions that he's having from his TV set itself. The TV set becomes alive. A lot of great special effects fare starts happening from Academy Award-winning special effects maker Rick Baker. And a lot of wild hallucinations, I'll kind of cap it that way, start happening to Max Wren, and he starts being a little bit of a detective in a way, trying to find out what in the world is going on. Why is he having these hallucinations? He goes to a couple of leads that it leads him to this fellow by the name of Professor Oblivion. That is his name in the movie, or his chosen name. Basically, that tells him that he is having hallucinations that are brought on by a tumor that's been kind of implanted in his brain from this Videodrome signal. And he learns that the Videodrome show is just kind of a front for it. It's not actually the problem itself. The signal of Videodrome can be sent out over test patterns or anything of that nature. As long as the person watches it, they get infected by this Videodrome signal and start having these hallucinations. What you later find out is that there's more political powers. There's rival factions that want to take over the Videodrome signal for their own dark needs, basically. And they had the Professor Oblivion killed, and he has somewhat become at one with the Videodrome signal and has lived out over the airwaves of TV space. If that's a bad way of saying it, probably that's the only way I can explain it. I won't go any further with the story, but the action starts picking up at that point, whereas Max Wren, or James Wood's character, starts to kind of come into his own and hone his skills and use the skills that were given to him by the rival faction Videodrome, to use it against them and try to become kind of at one with the signal himself and become sort of the assassin for them, and become what they call in the movie the new video word made flesh. And what that really translates to is he's going to become like Professor Oblivion. He's going to try to become at one with this video signal, more than just his body's flesh can make him. So I know that's kind of weird, but you got to remember, we're talking about Cronenberg here. You know, you really got to watch this film more than one time, and that's what I had to do. I had to keep watching it, and it just kind of like, I picked up more things over the years. It took me a lot of times watching this, probably a good 5 times in depth watching this movie, to really pick up on where this movie was coming from and get past all the confusion. And it really kind of spoke to me at that point. Man, I'm starting to sound like somebody in Videodrome now. It's kind of strange. Getting my coffee buzz going there, guys, keeping me going. That's a basic rundown on the story there. I don't want to ruin the ending or anything. Definitely check it out. It's very thought-provoking, very deep. You have to pay attention to it, especially to the parts when he's hallucinating. You start to question, is he really hallucinating? Is he not hallucinating now? You know, all that kind of mind-bending stuff that you expect out of a David Cronenberg movie of this type. So definitely check it out, at least for the story content. But now, the Blu-ray presentation at hand. Let's go ahead and talk about this a little bit, guys. If you want the director-approved, kind of the best presentation we have available right now, as opposed to other DVDs or VHS that's been out, except none other than this Criterion version of it, because, guys, it even looks like a videotape from the movie. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like the spine of a Betamax videotape. It's got, looks like a handwritten labeling there of Videodrome, with stickers on it and everything. Let me pull this bad boy out for you. You have, of course, the sleeve there with the test pattern colors on it, and the synopsis rundown on the back there. But what's really cool is whenever you pull this out, it does, you know, a lot of these Criterions I'm learning don't have the traditional Blu-ray, kind of the Blu-ray tabbed casing to them. They have a clear box to them, which is the same size, but it basically, it's a very sturdy case. You know, I've done my eco-friendly degradation movie packaging videos that I've been doing recently, and I gotta say, their packaging is very sturdy on this disc, and it's a very welcome sight, especially from all the eco-friendly discs we're getting now in this day and age. More importantly, it does have the labeled spine, but it's dressed up to look like a Betamax tape, which I thought was really cool because it kind of goes along with the theme of the movie, because they use a lot of VHS and Betamax, and that was the era that this movie was made in. So optical formats such as Laserdisc and DVDs, and not to even speak of Blu-ray, had come along yet. So I thought that was kind of a nifty little presentation there. It's got the reel-to-reel rollers on the back there. Let's get into the middle here. You have, of course, the Blu-ray there on that side. It is a clear see-through packaging. It's just black on the background there. But another nifty tidbit in here is this little thick booklet. I believe it's about a 20-pager, guys. You get a lot of insight on the behind-the-scenes of the film, special effects, everything of that nature. Kind of gives you a rundown on Cronenberg's thoughts. It gives you a lot of scene-for-scene information, evolution of the script, that type of thing. Gives you some great stills from the movie. There's some of the chest cavity parts with James Woods there. I did spy, there's a picture of Cronenberg on the set back in the day. Pretty good little shot there. So there again, guys, it's got all the goods. I mean, I have to give it up for Criterion on this one, guys. They've done an excellent job with the presentation. I do feel like you get a lot for your money. I was lucky enough not to have to pay for this one, thank God. I mean, because like I say, I'm always, well, I was very thankful to get this Blu-ray because it was a gift from a fellow YouTuber. I'm just saying that it is a little bit more expensive because it is a Criterion release. And guys, I have to say, if you do want to pay full price on this one, I don't think you'll be sorry. I'm just going to say it that way. That's the best way of saying it. It does have a chapter rundown on the back there, see-through. I like that kind of deal. Fits in there right nice and neat. Good sturdy packaging. Can't say enough about that, guys. I really enjoyed how they dressed this one up. I can't say that enough. Going over the ins and outs of the rundown on the special features on this one, there's a ton of them on here, guys. There again, it is a director approved, so David Cronenberg was involved in this process of this actual Blu-ray release, which is kind of unheard of, because you notice a lot of times Cronenberg being a working director still nowadays, it's hard to get those guys to come back and do a lot of special features. Another one that comes to mind is Clint Eastwood. You know, a lot of his films are bare bones still, or just have production junkets on them and stuff like that, because Clint Eastwood, albeit he's what, 80 some years old now, he's still going strong. He's still making movies, and you know, it's hard to get these guys to sit down and do these things. So this is a restored high definition digital transfer of the unrated version of the film. Now, I've viewed the R-rated version of the film many times, and I didn't really see too many different, you know, actually, oh man, hold the phone. My VHS was R-rated, and this one is not rated, so I guess I'm used to the unrated version. I didn't see too many differences in there. It's approved by the director David Cronenberg and cinematographer Mark Irwin, with uncompressed mono soundtrack. Two audio commentaries with one featuring Cronenberg and Irwin. There again, it's hard to get these guys to sit down a lot of times. And it has the main actors from the movie, James Woods and Deborah Harry, as well. It also includes Camera. It's a short film from 2000 by Cronenberg. Forging the New Flesh, a half-hour documentary by filmmaker Michael Lennick about Videodrome's video and prosthetic makeup effects. It's pretty cool, guys. You really get a good little batch of special features in this, I feel. Good bang for your buck. Effects Man, an audio interview with makeup effects creator Rick Baker and video effects supervisor Lennick. Bootleg video, complete footage of Samurai Dreams. Let me pause for a second. Samurai Dreams is kind of like it's a little video series that Max Wren or James Woods was interviewing some Japanese executives for at the beginning of the movie. They only show little clips of it in the movie to kind of give you an idea what the show is about. I believe it had something to do with softcore pornography. I can't be sure on that, but I believe that's what that's from. 7 minutes of other transmissions from Videodrome, presented in their original unedited form with filmmaker commentary. Fear on Film, kind of a vintage roundtable discussion from 1982 from Cronenberg and filmmakers John Carpenter, rock on, John Carpenter, John Landis, and Mick Garris. Original theatrical trailers and promotional featurette from back in the day. Stills gallery and featuring rare behind-the-scenes production photos and posters. Now, usually I don't take time to look at the still galleries and stuff like that, but I did in this case, and I'm glad I did because it had some pretty good production photos and posters in there. I really enjoyed that. You know, I like my posters every once in a while when I get that bug. And I like it was a little treat to be able to check those out. And of course, I've already showed you the booklet inside there featuring the essays by writers Carrie Rickey, Tim Lucas, and Gary Indiana. Guys, that is your big rundown on the Blu-ray version of Videodrome. Sorry, I'm a little loopy. I'm still waking up, guys, getting my Java in me. I'm probably like a stuttering idiot in this review. So I'll try to do better next time. But I think I've hit all the main points on this one. Videodrome, Blu-ray. Try to find it now, guys. There might be enough of them out there. There might even be some used copies of this by now because it's been out for a couple months, I believe. Check your Amazon and eBay listings. You might get lucky. And as time goes on, I'm sure this will be out in more abundance. But right now, it's a little scarce, but not totally impossible to find. This is the B. West Jr. Seal of Approval. B. Jr.'s Movie Cave Seal of Approval. In terms of a 4-star scale for picture quality, guys, I gotta say, Videodrome's never looked better. It is a kind of a color muted quality of picture from back in the day, so don't expect like a District 9 or an Avatar colors popping off the screen kind of experience. But I gotta say, the movie's never looked better. On a scale of 4 stars, I'm gonna give it a solid 3.5 for picture quality. And sound quality, it being a mono track, you know, there's little that they can do with that, but except for cleaning it up. But playing it over the stereo system here, it did sound a lot better than my DVD version. I'm gonna give them a solid three stars for 3 stars for sound quality on this one. So guys, I gotta say, pick it up if you have the means, or if you're a Videodrome fan or a David Cronenberg nut. You won't be sorry. Pay the extra coin and you'll have a great time. It'll be one that you'll have in your collection for years, especially around Halloween time or just any time you want to do your Cronenberg retrospectives. Guys, I've gushed enough about it. Videodrome, buy it. You know you want to. There's DVDs out there too if that's your thing, but I would go with the Blu-ray. Thanks again, Jay the Stingray. You're the man. You're a legend. Rock on, dudes.
Oh, the belly drum, playing the belly drum, carrying a tune with the belly drum.